I would like to share just a little bit of information about $25 Legacy, as well as any business opportunity that you might have. The information that I'm going to share with you will, it's usable as well. But I had to search for the owner of this quote because I've seen it many, many times on the internet. But the gentleman's name is Alan Keyes, and he's the one who is responsible for having said this about network marketing. He says that the network marketing business has evolved virtually overnight without fanfare or advertising, and could eventually become the largest business system of them all. Its success relies on the referral-based distribution system and is driven almost entirely by the enthusiasm of its members. It is one of the most dynamic opportunities ever created by the mind of man. And with that, I wanted to share with you this. We had begun talking about this yesterday when Ramon was presenting, and some part of what Dan said as well over the past few days and even last week addresses every one of these 10 most important reasons why people actually fail in network marketing. I found this online, and attribution is not available right now, but here are those 10 reasons. The first one, the gentleman says, people have no support from the upline. Secondly, they are not trained. Thirdly, he says they act desperate in sales. Fourth, they don't do training and nurturing and marketing and business building. 5, they are not committed to their team. 6, they are not working based on a solid system. And the next is they are in a rush to make money instead of having a long-term strategy. And they are not consistent enough. He also says that they don't position themselves as leaders. And I think you might recall each one of these have been addressed at some point this week. And finally, they're not involved in team events and meetings. And with that, I want to go and talk to you now about establishing your business plan. And keep in mind that we are totally aware that some of us do not promote the $25 Legacy as your main business opportunity, and that's fine. But this will work with any business that you have. First, I'm going to give you our webinar agenda. I want you to identify your what and your why. We're going to talk about plugging into the system, establishing a daily action plan, and finally, becoming a professional inviter. First and foremost, identify your what and your why, because if you lose sight, you will lose the fight. First, what actually got you excited about the $25 Legacy or your actual business opportunity? Was it because you wanted to stay at home and have a business therein? Or do you simply enjoy helping others? Or might you just want a flexible schedule? Try to think back and identify what got you excited about your business opportunity. And secondly, you need to identify your why, which has to be so big that the obstacles will pale in comparison. And secondly, then we move to why are you actually doing this business? Is it designed to supplement your income? Is it designed to leave a family legacy? And all we need to do is think about our business opportunity. It's called the $25 Legacy. Or maybe your why has to do with financial freedom, achieving financial independence. Identify that why. And then you want to plug into the system. We have webinar and training schedules on Monday. We have our Motivational Monday with Ray Mays and Sam Warren next at 11 a.m. on this same platform. On Tuesday, the $25 Legacy presentation is offered. On Wednesday, we have Mentor and Coaching Wednesday with Sam Warren Nix and Ramon Escalera at 11 o'clock each and every Wednesday on the same platform. On Thursday, How to Make Money with a $25 Legacy, and that is hosted with Sanborn Nixon, Ramon Escalera, the business owners you have access to on those days. Then on Friday, which is today, Focus Friday is with Sanborn Nixon, Ramon Escalera. So you want to plug into the webinar and training schedule. Then you want to make sure that you've been added to the $25 Legacy official Facebook group. It is a closed group. You do, if you have persons whom you're inviting to the platform, the ability to add them to the group. So please do that so that they're not left outside of the $25 Legacy platform and all the information that's afforded them in the file section. And then I want you to note this. If you have not already done so, be sure that you have created your $25 Legacy fan page. And if you have another business opportunity, please create for yourself a fan page. And I think San and Ramon both have spoken, many, many times about the importance of creating your own personal fan page. And with that, I want to talk about this daily action plan. And again, if you lose sight, you will lose sight. So what do we need to do? You want to set aside consistent time to work your business daily. You want to become familiar with your website. You need to know the ins and outs of your $25 Legacy website, as well as your business opportunity website. If anybody should ask you a question, you need to be in the know. So you need to know how to maneuver, to manipulate the tabs, if you will, to learn the background information about your website. You want to work your list. Remember that the power of your business rests solely, most times, with a list. You have to get your list, build your list. You want to make your phone calls daily. You want to set appointments. And you also want to understand the importance of personal development. What does that mean? You need to know that your income will only grow to the extent that you do. So you have to build yourself professionally, personally, spiritually, if you will, and financially. You want to read self-development books or listen to an audio for at least 15 minutes each and every day. And I think the gentleman has shared with you a YouTube channel that they visit each and every morning so that they can get their juices flowing, if you will. You want to start this practice today. Now, here's a list of some of the books that I recommend, and I think you all know that they are classics. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You've got Rhonda Burns, The Secret. Wallace D. Wattles has The Science of Getting Rich, and he has some other amazingly interesting books that will help you with your business and your growth. Les Brown, Live Your Dreams, and he has a new book which has just been released. You may want to include that in your library as well. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, and that comes from the Bible. As a man thinketh, so is he. Very, very much a classic that every one of us should read. And then you've got Russell Conwell's Acres of Diamonds. And of course, I want you to know that there are many, many books, many, many autos out there that will help you grow, and they're far too numerous for me to name right here. Next, you want to create a contact list, and remember that your list is worth $1 million. What does that mean? You have some memory joggers. There's the mom, the dad, sister, brother. You've got coaches. You've got your tax accountants, the lawyer, professors, electricians who come into your home, people at your church, your in-laws, your best friends. But what you want to do is keep this in mind. You need to expand your warm market, your cold market, even your old market, and make them all into a new market. And with that, you want to work that list. So when you call someone, don't just jump into the invitation. You want to relax. Take some time to find out as much as you can about the personal situation of the person whom you called. You want to find out how they are. You want to be more interested in them than interesting. It's not about you. And this is the challenge that many people have when they begin network marketing. You've heard that radio station, that FM radio station. What's in it for me? We need to kind of switch it around and become more interested in our prospects than we are about making that almighty dollar. Next, when the time is right, and you will know it, you want to go for it. With that having been said, you want to work your list. Conversation topics out there to release pain can be generated from this acronym that I have, which is FORM, F-O-R-M. The F is family and friends. Talk about that. O for occupation, of a job that the individual has. The R is for recreation, the fun, the hobbies that they may have. The M is for money, the economy, and we all know that the economy is one of the major things that we address when we talk about building our business opportunities, that residual income. But those are conversational pieces that will help you get at ease, if you will, or warm up your prospects. And then you want to become a professional inviter. And Ramon and I think Sam are going to talk about this today. Become a professional inviter. Here's an invitation script for the $25 legacy. You might say something like this: I just partnered with a group of entrepreneurs in an online business, and they designed a program which provides tools to help any marketer build a dynamic online business and create a rapid residual income. Now, your name came to my mind because we're looking for people who are already successful but interested in taking their business to the next level with our dynamic team. Now, this might not be for you, and it might be for you, but I want you to hear this and check it out for yourself. And then what you want to do is to get a date and a time so that we can show you how to get paid. You need to get a date and a time so you can show them. And here's another one, which is generic. I just partnered with a group of entrepreneurs in an online business, and they figured out how to get paid. Your name came to my mind because we're looking for people who are already successful but interested in a little more to join our dynamic team. This might not be for you, and then again, it might be for you, but I want you to hear this and check it out for yourself. I just need a date and a time so we can show you how to get paid too. And there you have it. Now, what are the ways that you can show the clients? Remember, we're becoming a professional inviter. You want to invite them to review this kind of information. You've got your website. You also have a peaking website. Now, many people are using the sales pages that we have. You know that the $25 legacy offers 3 sales pages where you can actually create something to send your prospects to. Or there's weekly, there's also Wix. You want to invite them to a webinar. You can do a 2-on-1 presentation. You can invite them to a YouTube video to do it. And of course, email marketing has been something that we've talked about over and over again, and the value of this. Then live conference calls, and I've given you our webinar trainings Monday through Friday schedule. It can also be found on the website. And you can do in-home meetings. Now, the person who really has done these in-home meetings and done a phenomenal job of having people plug in that way has been Willis Super. So the in-home meetings can also be offered. What you want to do is set up for a follow-up call and try to do that within 24 hours. And remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. And don't forget the value of using the 3-way call approach. You can set up a time in advance with your sponsor, and you and your sponsor will call those people together on a 3-way call. The one thing that I do want to say to you is to make sure that your prospect has had some opportunity to view one of those ways of becoming familiar with your business opportunity. The worst thing that you can do is put your prospect on a call with your upline to explain the business, and that person has no idea of any background associated with your company. So have respect for your upline and value his or her time. Appointment setting, always give your prospects two choices when you're setting an appointment. You can say something like, what's better for you, the weekdays or the weekends? And you might say weekends. And then you want to say, well, Saturday or Sunday, and he may respond Sunday. The afternoon or the evening, the person may have the evening as a choice. And then give them a time, 5:15 or 7:45. And I think I shared with our platform earlier that when I was in the insurance industry, one of the trainers told us to always give them a time that it's like a 5:13 or a 5:12 or 7:48, something that will be put down on a piece of paper and the person will, it's an oddity rather than 7:15 or 5 o'clock. So keep that in mind with a little bit of a point of view. And then after you get the time, simply say, great, that worked for me as well. I'll see you then. And always say thank you. You want to have in mind before you even call your prospects what setting you plan on inviting your guests to. Is it going to be a home meeting? Is it going to be a hotel, a one-on-one, a webinar, or even a restaurant where you can do your presentation? We talked about using the napkin approach yesterday. And with that, you want to do it again, do it again, do it again. And the more you do it, the better you'll become. I simply want to thank you for allowing me to share this information. I hope it's been of value to you. And with that, I turn it over to you, Sam and Ramon.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Pat. Let me unmute Ramon over here. Hopefully you guys aren't talking in the background. If you are, we will hear you. Excellent points, Miss Pat. The only thing is, this platform is making some crazy noise. You hear that? Can you guys hear it? Nobody hears it but me.
Do me a favor, mute Pat for 1 second.
I think it is Pat too. Yep.
Yeah.
I hear it also. Maybe it's on my ventilator, but I'm muted.
No, it was Miss Pat. We're gonna have to look. All of us gonna pitch in and go to Best Buy and get her out of Walmart. She's been hanging out with Ray Main, and they like them Walmart microphone stuff. So we're gonna go to the music store or something and get Miss Pat one of them. Let me stop. I got her on mute so she can't say nothing back. Anyway.
Actually, I'm using my desktop mic.
I ain't gonna say nothing. It is something's going on over there, Miss Pat. I don't know what it is, but you got the radio waves coming in with you. It's kind of like CB. It's kind of like CB. When the Ramon, when the CB be modulating, picking, crossing up other channels.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Well, whatever she just did, she just
fixed. Sounds good now. What'd you do, Miss Pat?
Pardon me?
You plugged in her headsets.
No, I didn't.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
You just moved. You moved something. You moved something.
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I know what it is. I bought a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a wireless mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And that is probably what it's doing. It's interfering with, that's what it is. It's clear now, you say?
Very, very clear. Presentation all staticky. Probably not going to.
Hey, that was an awesome presentation, Miss Pat, but we'll have to do that again.
Oh.
We'll have to do that again.
But they could at least see the slides, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me stop.